Centre of Spain, but from Wednesday night when the storm front hit, it's been torrential rain. Where I am here, the houses behind me have been completely trashed. There's a police car there stopping looters going into the ruined buildings, where between Wednesday and Thursday, 400 litres per metre squared hit over just 24-hour period, which, I mean, it's just decimated the area. You know, how, like you were saying, cars have been swept from the road, houses destroyed, train links ruined. It's been the worst storm in London.
And we were just seeing some pictures while you were talking, Josh, of a dam which got so full that they had to release extra water from in there, which just made the problem worse, I guess.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, that was the dam in Murcia. I think it was in a place called Santomera. And, I mean, it reached 100% capacity, so they had to release the water. But what happened there was there's a big river that runs through the city of Orihuela and further down to Torrevieja and the nearby area in the south of Alicante. And the river, it burst its banks in at least 4 towns, heavily populated as well by many British residents down there. And, you know, people were just, sometimes in the middle of the night, I was speaking to at least 2 families who just got, well, one family in particular with 2 young 10-year-old children at 5 a.m. in the morning, because the river, with extra water from the rains and also from that dam, it just hit their house 4 feet deep. They had to literally run for their lives, and luckily they were able to get out.
Yeah, that was the Spencer family, wasn't it, who had a terrible time with their house.
That was the Steele family, but I was speaking to the Spencer family as well. And what happened with them, they were in a place called Benferri, near to Orihuela, which also is hit by 400 litres per metre squared. And what happened there was from 9 a.m, electricity was cut, water was cut, and they basically walked outside and sent a video to friends and family. Basically, the flood water, I mean, it filled their car, it was lapping up the steps. The windows were smashed by the force of the water on the ground floor, and they had to basically retreat up to the top floor of the house. And I think, you know, I believe it was just panic to wait until finally the army were able to rescue them to safety. And they also had 2 young toddlers.
These pictures are absolutely astonishing, the kind of thing that we see from all around the world. I mean, Spain, obviously, a very developed, very European country. Do they need support? I mean, presumably they've got the infrastructure to try and rebuild from this.
Well, I mean, the issue is that in Spain, obviously, you know, we all know the phrase, the rain in Spain, but when rain hits, especially in Easter and autumn in September and October, they get what's called the gota fria, which is deluges, sort of. It's quite a common occurrence. Obviously, this one was a freak event. I think the issue is that in Spain, a lot of these areas are agricultural areas. They do have irrigation canals, but they're often sometimes full of rubbish. And also because the rivers are generally dry rivers here, when it floods, I mean, the ground cannot absorb it. There's a lot of clay soil, so the water literally just runs off. So you imagine if there's 40 centimetres of water being channeled into a river, the river's going to burst its banks. So I think the issue is that infrastructure needs to be improved, especially in a lot of towns near to where I live in the north of Alicante, where when the storm waters hit, it just overwhelms the drains, and sometimes houses have been hit by water downstream, surging up and then coming back inland and hitting houses because the infrastructure just can't handle it.
Josh, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. We're really grateful to you. Josh Parfitt there, joining us from Spain this morning.